You need credit to get an apartment, buy a car, or even get a decent cell phone plan. But here is the paradox. You need credit to get credit. It's the ultimate catch, 22. If you apply for the premium cards, the ones you see influencers flexing on Instagram with metal designs and travel points, you will get denied. But if you apply for the wrong starter cards, you could end up paying hundreds of dollars in hidden fees and trapping yourself in a cycle of debt. Today, I am going to cut through the marketing noise. I have analyzed the terms, the fees, and the approval odds to bring you the top 3 starter credit cards for 2026. I'm not just going to give you a list. I'm going to show you the graduation strategy to turn these starter cards into premium cards, and I'll reveal the predatory list, the specific banks you must avoid at all costs. Let's get your score over 750. The rules of engagement. Before we reveal the top 3, you need to understand the 2 types of cards we are looking at today. Most people rush for unsecured cards. This is where the bank trusts you and lends you money up front. If you have zero history, these are hard to get. The secret weapon for beginners is the secured card. This is where you put down a deposit, say $200. That $200 becomes your credit limit. If you don't pay, the bank keeps the money. It's zero risk for them, which means 99% approval odds for you. The goal of a starter card isn't to keep it forever. The goal is graduation. You want a card that eventually returns your deposit and converts into a normal, unsecured card. Not all banks do this. The 3 cards I've chosen today all have a clear path to graduation. The gold standard. Let's start with the undisputed king of starter cards. If you have absolutely no credit score, or even bad credit, this is your first stop. The Discover It Secured Credit Card. Why is this number 1 for 2026? First, there is no credit score required to apply. Second, and most importantly, there is no annual fee. You should never pay a monthly or yearly fee just to build credit. But here is where it gets crazy. Most starter cards offer 0 rewards. Discover actually pays you. You earn 2% cash back at gas stations and restaurants and 1% on everything else. Plus, with their cashback match program, at the end of your first year, they double all the cash back you've earned. If you earned $100, they give you another $100. You are literally being paid to build your credit score. The strategy. You will likely need a minimum $200 deposit. After 7 months of on-time payments, Discover automatically reviews your account. If you've been responsible, they send your check back to you and upgrade you to an unsecured card. It is the perfect ecosystem. The ecosystem entry. Next up, we have a card for those who want to play in the big leagues immediately. This is the Chase Freedom Rise. Chase is known for having the best credit cards in the world, the Sapphires, the Flex, the Unlimited. But Chase is also known for being tough. They usually hate approving people with less than a year of credit history. That is where the Rise card comes in. This is an unsecured card, meaning no deposit is required. It earns a flat 1.5% cash back on everything. But the real value here isn't the cash back. It's the relationship. Here is the hack for this card. Chase states that having a checking account with a balance of at least $250 increases your approval chances. The strategy. If you want to get into the Chase travel ecosystem eventually, skip the other cards. Open a Chase Total checking account, deposit $250, and wait a week. Then, apply for the Freedom Rise. By using this card responsibly for 12 months, you unlock the door to the premium Chase cards that require excellent credit. You are skipping the line. The foodie and student pick. Our third pick is for the students, or anyone who spends a lot on food and entertainment. This is the Capital One Saver One. Capital One is brilliant because they have 2 versions of this card. If you are in college, get the student version. If you aren't a student and have no credit, get the secured version. This card has arguably the best everyday multipliers for a no annual fee card. You get unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, popular streaming services, and at grocery stores. Most starter cards give you 1%. This card gives you 3% on the things you actually buy. Plus, it has no foreign transaction fees, making it perfect if you plan to study abroad or travel. A quick warning on Capital One. They are famous for bucketing cards. This means if you start with a $300 limit, it's hard to get them to raise it later. Use this card for the rewards, but don't expect it to grow into a $20,000 limit card overnight. The Do Not Touch list. Now, before you go apply, we need to talk about the predatory list. When you have low credit, sharks will circle you. The biggest offender is Credit One. Do not confuse them with Capital One. Their logos look similar, which is intentional. These predatory lenders charge application fees, program fees, monthly maintenance fees, and even fees to pay your bill online. You could end up paying $75 to $100 a year for a card with a $300 limit. It is robbery. If a card asks you to pay an application fee, run. With Discover, Chase, and Capital One available, there is zero reason to ever use a subprime predatory lender. So, here is your 2026 roadmap. If you want the safest bet with the best graduation path, Discover it secured. If you want to enter the premium travel game early, Chase Freedom Rise. If you want the best rewards on food and fun, Capital One Saver One. Once you get these cards, your next step is managing your utilization ratio so your score actually goes up. In this channel you can deepen the best utilization for your credit cards. Give us a like and subscribe to Credit and Cash. Thanks for choosing us.